Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. We've been talking about crepe myrtles a lot here lately, and we've been talking about more so how there is a lot of crepe myrtle that you actually see. This is a tree that we've just started taking over the trimming for, and what I want you to look at this knot area right here. And what has more or less happened in this area is people have come in, and when it was time to trim this crepe myrtle, they would have come into this area right here, and they would have cut this branch right here. Every single year, you can actually see some of these older cuts right there. And what happens over time is that every year these branches will grow out, and then every year they'll get cut. Before long, you develop this big knot. Well, in most cases, while we can't fix this overnight, a little bit of patience, we can start training the tree out of it. But what we got to do is start making more deliberate and meaningful cuts. So in a situation like this, we came up from the knot. The end goal is we want to get away from this. We want this to eventually start blending in with the main trunk. So in a situation like here, instead of coming in and making our cut right here, all we're going to do is come in here and we're going to clean up all this little trash, if you will, that's right there on the knot. And then in a case like this, because we want to promote new growth, we're going to come well out onto this main limb here, and we're just going to make our little angle cut like that. Now, what that's going to give us is that's going to give us plenty of branch and plenty of room. All of our new growth is going to come off of these new limbs moving forward. And we're just going to do that the same way all throughout these trees. Here's another good example right over here. Let me get this out of the way for you. But look at this one here. You can see where they made the same cuts year after year, right? So on a branch like this, we're going to come through here and we're just going to start cleaning up all this little junk like this. We're going to get rid of all these little bitty twigs, and we're going to leave a naked branch. And then we're going to come up here. So instead of even making our cut right here, because we want to promote a lot of new growth, we're going to leave a little fork, if you will, which is going to leave more room for future growth. So we're going to make a cut, and then we're going to clean up all this little junk. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to come in and we're going to make a cut. What that does is that gets us a long way away from this knot and gives us plenty of room for this tree to go ahead and grow out. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to let this tree, we're going to let it get some more height. We want these branches to thicken up, so we're not going to cut these branches anymore, not for several years. And we're wanting these to thicken up, and this right here is going to also thicken up. And what will eventually happen is that this knot will eventually just grow out. It'll always kind of have a noticeable spot if you pay attention to it, but we don't want this knot to be nearly as prominent as it is now. So it really just boils down to just selective cuts. Like I said, you can see here we've got a knot. We're just going to come up in here and we're going to make selective cuts. We're going to leave ourselves plenty of branch for new growth to grow on. You got your knot. We're going to come up here. We're going to leave ourselves plenty of old growth to allow for new growth. And like I said, it's just getting us far away from that knot. It's a lot more than what you would normally do, but ultimately we're going to be able to train this tree to kind of grow out. It's going to thicken up at the top, and hopefully we're going to be able to repair these elephant feet type trunks, these knots that have developed from improper cutting. So if you got any questions, need any suggestions, let us know. Y'all have a good day.